Yo guys, welcome back. Crimson Knuckles here. I have an interesting game that I wanted to show you guys. It's in the Tier 5 Boevoi, or however you pronounce it. It is the Russian destroyer they just took out of early release this line. You got the Boevoi, the Kiev, and the Udaloy. They are the alternate Russian destroyer branch. I do not like this ship at all. Very few pros do not outweigh the cons of this ship. Main pro about this ship, it's got a large health pool with the Sims inspiration on it. The torpedoes do get up to 7 kilometers on this build. It's better than the original Russian destroyer line. That's pretty much it. The guns suck. It's not as fast as the other line. The maneuverability at tier 5 at least, I don't think it's as good as the Gevni. And the fact that you need the first upgrade module to get the 7 kilometer torps, I can't stand it when Wargaming does that. The ship is completely useless until you get that first upgrade. It gets marginally better once you get the hull upgrade. And for destroyers, for gunboats, the targeting mod where you get the increased range on the guns, that is useful. For non-gunboats, I don't even bother picking it up, and I do not consider this destroyer a gunboat, so I'm not going to bother with it. It's got 4 guns. They are 130s, so they get a little bit better pen. They hit a little harder, but the reload sucks and they are not accurate, so I don't bother with them. I use this ship mainly just to help spot for the team, set smoke screens for the cruisers, and cap points when I can, when I'm not getting out spotted by 99% of the other destroyers at this tier. But again, this video is not about the ship, it is about what happens in this game. Now, their entire team is coming to this flank. I only have 1 battleship and a cruiser behind me with the carriers, planes in the air. That is nowhere near enough to hold back the amount of ships that are coming this way, especially when I get out spotted by every other DD in this game. So this video is about a tactical retreat. I am getting out of here. This battleship off to my left, he's only going to last another couple seconds because he's getting focused by the 6 or 7 other ships on this team. They're shooting at him, 2 battleships, cruiser, destroyers are launching torpedoes at him, and he's getting focused by the carrier right now. I don't know what the cruiser's doing on my side. He's backing into an island. He's not going to last very long, and I know that. I am planning on setting a smoke here as soon as this battleship dies. I'm hoping he doesn't go down soon. He is pretty much done. And there he goes. And now I've got my smoke ready. I'm disappearing because I am the only other thing they can shoot besides that cruiser. And if I was on the other team, I'd be focusing the destroyers. Now I've got this smoke set. A minute seems like a long time. However, it is not when you are in this piece of crap Russian destroyer. I am stopping. I'm trying to set a couple of fires on this Mutsu, get him to burn his damage count. I'm going to launch some torpedoes at him, and then I am turning around to get behind this island. I know that as soon as this smoke runs out, if I'm not spotted, which I definitely will be by this Mutsu, I am going to get behind that island. That is my only chance at surviving on this side and living to fight a little longer in this game. Now that Eagle must have spotted the torps, so the Mutsu got around him pretty easy. The Eagle's got some torps coming in, but that doesn't matter because I wasn't planning on sitting in the smoke screen anyway. I'm just going to try and get another couple shots at this Monahan while he's spotted. And that smoke is still up, but now I'm making a beeline to get around that island. I want to put this island between me and the 4 or 5 other ships, enemy ships, that are on this side. I'm now the only thing that they can shoot at. With I have a 6.2 kilometer detection on this. This is a destroyer with a 6.2 kilometer detection, and that's with a concealment. boost inspiration or whatever. It's terrible. This ship is completely terrible. But we've got the carrier focusing us now. I'm trying to maneuver. I'm trying to set him up to drop his torps early. I want him to dump as many of those planes as he can while I've got this island between me and the other team. Because then his planes will disappear and I can finally go unspotted. This Matsu still is in my detection circle, but he's not even focusing me. That's a big mistake on his part. The battleship has a shot at a destroyer. The destroyer is within torpedo range, and he's not taking the shot at him. He is not doing his job. Now I get lucky here with these torps. The Boevoi was fast enough to dodge him. It looks like it went right through my propellers, and he just lost 2 more of his planes and wasted 2 more of his planes on me. And now I'm free to take a couple shots at this monoman. Now if I'd have stayed back there, that's 1 more ship that would have been torpedoing the rest of my team, whatever's left of them, who didn't die on that flank. I'm gonna launch some torpedoes at that Matsu. He's not even paying attention to me. He's probably gonna keep going in the same line that he's in to get all 4 of his guns on that friendly battleship. Still not paying attention to me. I'm gonna be focusing the Eagle, because I know that he is one of the bigger threats to me, especially if that Matsu does go down. He can outspot me, he can outgun me. He's probably faster than me too. Overall, it's just a better ship than this. I did get a torpedo hit on that Matsu. He burned his damage con, and this aircraft carrier is actually going to get a flood on him, and that is going to be the Matsu's death sentence. He's going to go down from that flood. I was hoping to get a fire, but RNG says no. Big shock there for me. And I am still running away. I know I'm not going to go unspotted. The carrier's back again. He's going to try and dump some torps. I managed to thread the needle in between the torps. And I know he's going to be coming back around for at least 1 more run, probably 2. So I'm going to set him up so that I can not be broadside to this Matsu while I'm dodging torps. Drops the torps. Matsu goes down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But now this side is starting to look clear. The only thing that's left that I'm actually afraid of is that shores. Luckily I do have a cruiser, and the aircraft carrier is going to help us focus the shores down. I'm going to pre-launch some torps on the shores. 1 set ahead, 1 set pretty much on them. 1 set on them, because I'm going to open up the guns, and if he turns in, then those first set of torps will be going right towards him. And the set that went ahead of him, if he continued going in a straight line towards the cruiser, then those torps would have been toward in there. And these torps, even if they don't hit him, we do get the 1 torp hit on him. The main thing is to get him to move to adjust his heading. It'll screw with his aim, screw with his momentum, give the Algeria a broadside, hit him with armor piercing, you never know. But you got torps for a reason, so use them. Alright, so notice that when the shores goes down, my twist and track is pointing back towards the Eagle's smoke. I'm also still spotted, which means that he's not in the smoke screen. Most likely he's charging me, so I'm just waiting for him to get within my spotting distance. And there he is. He's going to open up nicely, get a couple good shots in at him. Notice the cruiser on my side, he's chiming in with the guns, which is awesome. Eagle also happens to be flopping around like a fish. Most likely he's launching torps at me or the Algeria, so we both need to be paying attention. I am not going to stick around and find out where those torps are. I'm turning away, and I am going to head towards Bravo. You'll notice that the enemy destroyer is in there. He's capping a point. He's looking to win the game. So he is the last real threat that I have as far as losing this game. The carrier, he's been chasing me the whole time. He hasn't managed to get a single torpedo on me yet. I'm not too worried about him. However, him combined with the Moss in a gunfight, that is going to make it significantly harder, so I'm going to try and get him to use his torps early. Here we are coming up to the Moss. He spotted the enemy carrier is dropping his torps, and I'm going around those. Now I'm pre-launching both sets of my torpedoes here. Those torpedoes will serve two purposes. One, if they hit him, that's great. He goes down a lot faster than I would. The main thing is that even if they don't hit him, they are forcing him to turn. Now that German destroyer, his guns turn very slowly. Getting him to turn that drastically, that hard, is taking a lot of his guns out of the action, which leaves my inferior Russian guns at an advantage. He can only get one, two, maybe three guns on me. I have all of my guns trained on him the entire time. He also manages to beach himself. His engines are busted. He is wide open to my guns and the cruiser chiming in on him, which essentially leaves him with no chance whatsoever at surviving this. He goes down, I damage con his fire, I go unspotted, and that leaves me free to get into Bravo and cap it. I could have helped our Algeria go after the enemy aircraft carrier and finish him off for the game, but you never really know what your team's going to do. I wanted to just get into the cap and guarantee the win. Plus capping gives you a lot more experience than taking out... I mean, it's probably 50-50. Taking out an enemy aircraft carrier, from 100% to 0 by yourself, it might be about the same amount of points as capping a base. But with the Algeria shooting them, by the time I got over there, the amount of damage I would do to them, I wouldn't get the full amount of XP. But this is essentially guaranteeing the win. Now with only 3 minutes left in the game, I don't know if there would have been enough time for them to catch up and get past us as points wise. But now that I'm in the cap, I'm stopping their accrual. We're essentially even as far as points accrual goes right now. And once I cap the base, the game is ours. So yeah, not a high damage game. For this ship in particular, with me playing it, this was one of the higher games actually. 66,000 damage with 2 torpedo hits isn't that bad. The one flood that I had on that Matsu, he damage conned it, but fires, they probably chimed in a little bit for the damage wise. This game it could have been a complete loss. Think about if I had died in the beginning. You're angry that their whole team's coming to your side and you just kind of throw your ship away. You could always do more if you're alive during the game. You don't necessarily have to throw your ship away at the beginning just because it's not going your way. We helped finish off that Monahan, we helped finish off the Eagle. I did get that flood on the Matsu, which he damage conned, and then our aircraft carrier got the flood on him, which took him out. That's not necessarily giving me the kill for it. However, if I didn't get that flood on him, the carrier wouldn't have gotten his flood. It stuck on the Matsu and ended up taking him out. And there goes our Algeria. Somehow he managed to do pretty much no damage to the enemy aircraft carrier and got sunk by him. And that sums up my analysis on this game. We started on the weak side. They wiped out my battleship and cruiser. I backed off. We picked them off one by one until the end of the match, and then we managed to pull out the win. So that's the Boevoi game for you. 3.2 thousand base XP, 3 kills. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit like, subscribe, be back for more. Later.